Now, hello everybody, my name is Christian and welcome back to Skycast. And on your screen right now is actually a video of Tropical Storm Helene as it moved through my region. Very, very strong wind gusts of about 55 to 65. Nothing compared to what they've seen in Florida, but still nonetheless very strong for Kentucky, which is very much wrapped around land. So that's kind of what we've seen through there. And look at this video from Tanner Wiegert on X, which shows a multiple trees that dropped during these strong wind gusts in portions of South Carolina. And as we're still watching these effects from Hurricane Helene, these flooding, the power outages and all that, it's really scary to see what all happened, but that just wasn't all of it. Now, thank you guys for tuning in to Skycast. Like I said a minute ago, we dealt pretty badly with a lot of things related to Helene. We had power outages, which are still in effect all the way up through portions of Indiana and Illinois, as well as that catastrophic flooding towards the mountains. Let me show you. Now, if we are looking at Radar Omega, all these different colors highlighted from the counties is what you are seeing right now for power outages. All the way down here from Taylor County into portions of Dixie County. This is Florida. You can see all those different colors highlighting power outages. One thing that is of concern are these major dark red areas towards Perry into portions of Madison County, where you have those 80, 90 plus percent of the counties being out. You can see 99.3 in Clinch County, Georgia. And this stretches all the way up the coast. You can see all the way up here, you're still getting those dark reds into portions of South Carolina, North Carolina, into even Tennessee at some points. Go even further north, Virginia, into portions of West Virginia near Kentucky. You're also getting those darker reds signaling 80 plus power outages. Galax in Grayson County is still at a 100% with that catastrophic flooding and things that we are seeing through there. So very, very dangerous. This map looked terrifying 2 days ago. You could see that this stretched all the way kind of over here through this area, give or take a few of this from this circle. But a lot of these counties were without power, which have since restored. You can see over here towards Kentucky, a lot of these counties have been removed from it, like some of these areas through here, but nevertheless still scary to look at and see. And I did have to email this photo to me from my phone because it was taken on my phone, but you can see towards north of the Rocky Mount, North Carolina area, you can see a very significant debris ball on a tornado that touched down. This was rated EF3 with winds of 140 mile an hour. Photo taken by Jackson Wright, shown on the screen, and just look at that huge tornado that did touch down. Once again, EF3 strength. So that kind of goes to show that when you're dealing with the flooding, the wind gusts, all of that stuff, tornadoes still and can be a threat, which is why everybody needed to take these warnings seriously. Now, this is something that I do want to show as well from the weather fatalities page. This has been verified and backed up. There is over 75 people that have had a fatality or a death within that area. Over 1,000 people are still missing. If you kind of can't understand that amount of people, look into a McDonald's line, put 1,000 people there or near 1,000 people, put 100 people there, see how many people that is. That is a lot of people that are still missing, and a lot of this is through portions of the Carolinas and the areas where the flooding in the mountains got hit pretty hard. You can see 25 people in South Carolina, 21 in Georgia, 12 in Florida, and then you get into North Carolina that got hit extremely hard. Over 1,000 people still remain missing in North Carolina alone. 2 in Tennessee and 2 in Virginia. So you can pause the video to see if you want to read this directly, but this is very scary and dangerous stuff to be looking at. Now, if we zoom out, we still have more things to look at. Number one being Isaac. Isaac is over here running. He was about Category 2 strength. He's now about Category 1, just to the east of portions of the Nova Scotia area. But this isn't expected to be any impacts towards land. You can still see the remnants up here towards portions of Iceland. But this is so far remain in the North Atlantic. This is not expected to be a threat at all to anything. So we're not really concerned about Isaac. He's somebody that we can watch, gain information from via radar. If we slide down here, We're looking at Tropical Storm Joyce. She is once again not expected to be too much of a threat. Winds of about 40 mile an hour. No threat to the U.S., no threat to landfall. She's out here in the southern Atlantic towards the Sargasso Sea. So once again, not a threat with her. We still do have 2 tropical development areas right behind Joyce, though. One being a 30% chance within the next week, and another one being more high of an 80 to a 90% chance of development. Once again, we do have a area of pressure sitting right over here that will kind of drive these northward. So I don't think this is going to be much of a threat, but still going to be watching that to see. This is where we get into more of a concern. National Hurricane Center has highlighted a 50% chance of development towards the Yucatan Peninsula and the Caribbean Sea for the next week. So we're going to continue to watch this to see how this develops. This is kind of the same general area that Helene spawned. She spawned down here, I do think, went through the Yucatan, and then went through towards the Big Bend of Florida. So we're kind of watching this to see how this develops. And then once again, towards where John made landfall, 50%, same as this one over here, 50% within the next 7 days for there to be development within this Pacific area. So continuing to watch this to see. The GFS isn't used for making forecasts, but I still want to show you guys. If we do look at the GFS, you can see kind of an area of concern begins to pop up towards portions of the second. It's going to be this area right here. And then that kind of just moves kind of towards the same area that Helene did, but it doesn't look as strong as Helene did with the early GFS models. And it looks like it's going to make a landfall area from what this model predicts towards anywhere from Tallahassee to Mobile. This is not used for forecasting, so take this with a grain of salt, but I do kind of want to just show you guys that that is there. There is a model that are predicting there to be some sort of landfall and development within this area. So make sure to stay aware, stay weather aware if you're in this area, and know what to do in case something else happens. A lot of areas, like we seen a minute ago, got impacted very hard, so we're hoping that nothing else does happen, but we can't predict the weather. We just have to kind of watch to see what develops, and it'll alert people if it does. So thank you guys so much for watching and choosing Skycast as your go-to weather. So stay safe, stay prepared. If you're in an area that doesn't have power or anything like that, I wish you guys the best of luck. Make sure to follow me on X, link in the description. Have a great day, and I'll see you guys in the next one.